welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. In the last video, I ended with this book about Linnea in Monet's garden, and I wanted to let you know that this book was translated into French, and makes good sense that people in France would be interested in this visit to Monet's garden in Giverny. Well, and that reminded me that this book by Lois Alert was translated into French as well. So if you're looking for French books to read, there's a couple there. This is Eva Figs, and she wrote a novel about Monet and at Giverny, and I felt that I was transported right into the everyday life, what was going on, and it was a fascinating novel. It's not a overly long novel, so but it certainly gave me a glimpse into the whole sense of things in terms of the relationships. It's titled Light because light for pretty well all, I would think, Impressionists was very important. One of the things that they did is they took art out of a studio, doing portraits of people and scenes of classic battles and things like that, and out into nature. They took their easel out, and they were outside. And when you're outside, the sunlight off of things changes throughout the day. So I have an example for you. Joaquim Pissarro, who was the famous Camille Pissarro, who was an Impressionist painter at the time of Monet, his grandson put together for the first time all of Monet's works from 1892 to 1894 of the cathedral in Rouen. And when I saw the book, I said, oh my goodness me. And so I took the book, as is my want often, to take it apart. I took it apart because I wanted to put up a little display, Monet, 1892, 1894. Put up this little display showing a cathedral. Now, these aren't in a particular order. It's not like they've changed 1 hour. They could be 4 hours difference or more. And he would set up and bring multiple canvases with him, work on finishing that canvas, work on touching and getting it finished, the details. That's at 9 in the morning, or it's 4 in the afternoon, and so on. So the back sides. I'm just going to show them to you because it's such an amazing project he set up for himself to go and capture the light on buildings. It wasn't gardens, it wasn't in nature, but it was something that must have struck him, and he noticed, and he said, wouldn't it be something if I did that subtle changes? And the way I'm showing them to you, they're probably not very subtle changes. They're dramatic changes. I mean, look at these two, for example, or these two. Or I'll bring this back around and see. No, look at the difference. Now, he also painted other viewpoints, and I've got this, and I hope I do. This. And then there's more on the cathedral. I'll just show you a few more because then you don't have to go there. You can say, hey, I've seen the cathedral at Rouen in all its majesty, from early morning to late at night, or late in the afternoon. And well, it gives you an idea. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share this time with you is Lena Anderson. Her artwork, when Mary Q. Steele wrote Anna's garden songs, the publisher said, who will we get to illustrate that? And of course, her name said, hey, let's get Lena Anderson. Now this is a rhubarb, and it must have been grown in soil like McBroom had for his 1-acre farm. Everything grew big. Actually, when there was still horses, was a mode of transportation, pulling wagons, cabs, things were horse-drawn, coming into London, and then there would be people hired to clean up after the horses, keep the streets clean, and load the horse manure into wagons that were taken to garden sites outside of London and dumped on the rhubarb fields, because rhubarb is a heavy eater, needs heavy fertilization. So anyway, that's a side story. Look, they have a pump up and down, and bring the water for put in the watering can. Grandfather's lettuces, radish. Well, it's quite charming. There's the rhubarb pie. Potatoes, beets, and the tiny little beet seed. This, of course, is neat that people would do this with the poles, peas and beans, and make tints out of them, tomatoes. Well, I could show you all the pictures. Here's using her braiding to braid the onions and hang them up to dry. Well, I just thought this is a lovely book. And I'll put this over here. And Anna's Summer Songs. And again, it's honeysuckle in among cornflowers. Poppies. Chives. Anyway, and here are three friends sitting, putting lavender into little sachets and tying them up, sewing them in. She's making the bags and putting a little tie thing on them and selling them for 25 cents. Now, the last picture in here, I just wanted to share it with you. Look at all those berries, Great Aunt Anna said to me. So many scarlet berries on the rowan tree. It means the winter will be hard with lots of snow. You'll see. I don't mind winter weather. It's fun to play in snow. But one thing really bothers me. How did the rowan know? Now, we know that animals can sense that the winter's going to be hard. They'll grow more fur. Birds leave a little earlier, come back later. How do they know? And then do plants as well? Are they forecasters of the weather to come? Well, I just thought it's an interesting thought, and I like the books. And there she is enjoying up in the oak tree, and I don't know. There's just a certain charm that touches me. My garden grows. This is Aldrin Watson. Now, Aldrin's, both of his parents, mom and dad, were artists. Both of them specialized in wood block printing. That's what he grew up with. And he became an artist. But he became an artist, and he did all kinds of things. And I'll share some more of his books with you. A multi-talented Renaissance man. And he had 7 daughters. And there's some of the tools that they would use for their garden. And I just liked, here she's got it and then she just uses the handle, end of the handle, to go and mark a line to put her seeds. And and here's a toad out in the garden. I remember visiting one fellow's garden, and he had a toad in his garden too. And toads work so it draws the size of the seeds, and work as a beneficial caretaker, eating things in the garden. They don't eat the plants. So anyway, again, some things must have been planted in Josh McBroom's soil, when you can see how tall some plants will grow. And there's a picture here when winter sets in. And inside now, the little sister and thermometer and sunflowers left outside. One of them anyway, maybe more, for the birds will come and take those seeds. It's sharing. Well, I'm sharing books I like. I hope that you find things that might be helpful to you. Well, thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.